Welcome to another episode of Professional Couch Coaches with Doc and Mike. It is your girl, Doc, here with my brother from another mother, Mike. How are you feeling, Michael?
I'm good, man. It's Christmas time in the air. You know what I was listening to
Are you?
recently? I was listening to
Uh,
my favorite Christmas song.
what is that? Silent Night, The
No,
Temptations.
no.
Okay.
Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire
Why
by
is that your favorite?
Nat King Cole.
Oh,
That one.
that
That is my
version.
favorite song. Yes. It's one of my favorite
Okay.
Christmas songs.
Yeah, mine is Silent Night by The Temptations.
I mean, that's a classic. That's a good one. You know,
And
little Mariah Carey.
yeah, and then the second one is This Christmas by Chris Brown because that boy was singing, I tell you.
Not Donnie.
No, gotta
Not
be
Donnie.
Chris.
Got to be
Gotta be
Chris.
Chris. He put
It
his
was
whole little heart in it.
it was Donnie before Chris though.
I know. I'm just telling you the version I prefer.
I
That's all.
got you.
That's
I
all.
got you.
All
I
right,
got
Mike. A lot has happened since we
yeah.
last recorded. And we're gonna jump in. Oh, Couchers, like, follow, subscribe, all that
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Man,
We're
Christmas had me all like thrown off for a little second. And I forgot I love make sure that y'all like, follow, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know exactly every time that we post content. Once again, this gonna be one of our last times preaching this. Look, y'all likes help keep us going. Y'all
That's right.
subscribing help keeps us going. You know, we love to sit here and have jargon with each other and talk junk to each other, but as you know, people liking and subscribing and giving us feedback that keeps us going, y'all. It's free for now. Uh
For now.
One day
The
we
love
hope to
is free.
monetize. So,
Right.
the more that y'all, get in them comments and get in them likes, hey, it's gonna be free for now.
Yeah, I want to retire. So, hey, let's make this happen. Today's show, Mike, we're going to start off with something that hit the headlines big and bold on Wednesday. With the Michigan coach, then get into a little more college football drama with Notre Dame. Talk a little bit about who was voted athlete of the year and wrap up this episode with the Women USA tryouts.
Mm.
So, are you ready, my guy?
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's get off the couch.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'm actually very interested to hear your take on this, but go ahead with your intro.
all right. Sharon Moore was the head football coach for the University of Michigan. I believe this is his second year as the head football coach for the University of Michigan. Sharon had on Wednesday, it was announced the first headline, and this is literally how it came out, was that Sharon Moore was fired by the University of Michigan. I thought it was strange because I believe Michigan was 9-3 this year, but I was like, wow, they're like perfectionists. Like, I mean, goodness, it's only 3 games. But I was like, well, that's tough. That was my first initial thought because that's all the first
Mm-hmm.
initial headline said. And then it got worse.
Uh-huh.
Then it was reported that the reason Sharon was fired was because he was having an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was reported that he was in custody by the cops because he threatened to kill said staff member.
Well, at first they were just saying he was in custody. We had no clue why he
Yes.
was in
Yeah.
custody. Like
Right.
we were in the dark. Like they were just saying that he was in custody, and me and you were trying to figure out, well, what could he have gotten arrested for?
Yes. It turns out what he actually got arrested for was apparently not breaking and entering, but trespassing. He entered the staff member's home, allegedly made threats to the staff member, and threatened to harm himself in the process before fleeing on foot and being arrested in Michigan.
Yeah,
Um,
she's now being categorized as his mistress,
correct.
not
And
staff member.
yeah, and a whole bunch of other stuff was said. Okay, let's get into first. When you first heard they fired the Michigan coach, what was your initial thought before it snowballed?
When I first saw it pop up, I was like, man, these coaches are losing their jobs left and right.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking at first. And then it was not but maybe a few hours later that Adam Schefter or some other columnist, I can't remember exactly who, said that he was being detained, and I was like, well, how do you get fired and you need to be detained? Like, what happened?
right, right.
And it became real dicey after that.
Yes. Um, so apparently the staff member was her job title was executive assistant to the head coach.
Mm,
2 years ago, she was just like a kind of like I don't know her exact title, but it was like she was just like an assistant to the team in general.
hmm
Um, One of the things that was noted as people started to dig more along the way, she got a $50,000 raise because her salary changed.
hmm
Um, and apparently there was talks of she may have been pregnant at one point, and he encouraged her to not go through with the pregnancy. Um, Also, that Michigan knew about this and they were investigating it for months.
Yeah.
And then
And I think
the
last year also, while it had came out last year, and there was no findings of any wrongdoing, so they kind of let it go.
yes,
Yeah.
and also that one of the newest things was is that she told the school that they were having an inappropriate relationship and that they had broken up,
Mm.
and he also fired her at one point. This all
Mm.
happened this week.
Oh, he was mad at her, huh?
Yes.
And by the
So,
by the way, this man is married with 3 kids, and
yes.
his most recent child was just born in August.
Yes. So,
Hmm.
Sharon Moore, the former coach of Michigan, is a married man, and now he has made headline news for potentially impregnating a staffer that worked for him, then threatening that staffer, entering her home unlawfully, um, and causing a huge scene that I I hope he regrets at this point. I don't know. What do you think he could have done differently, Mike?
Like
Besides the whole affair.
not having an affair, because
Okay.
that's the whole situation that got him in trouble. If he
Yeah.
wasn't having an affair, he wouldn't be, stalking anybody or allegedly, entering somebody's home allegedly. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that would
Yeah.
have avoided all of the whole situation. And it's not like he didn't have success. He just won the national championship like
2 years
2 years
ago.
ago. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's still kind of fresh.
Yeah. So a lot of uh analysts have taken this a variety of ways. One, Sharon Moore is a black man. He's coaching at Michigan. He's the only black coach Michigan has had. Um, Sharon Moore was the assistant to Jim Harbaugh, who
Hmm.
coached at Michigan. And when Jim left, Jim basically said, "Hey, you guys hire Sharon."
Right.
Um, so he was
He
kind of,
actually, when the year that Jim had to serve those game suspensions, like
yes,
those 2 or 3 game suspensions, for sign stealing.
yep,
Sharon was actually the interim head coach.
correct, yes.
Yeah.
So when Jim left to go to the NFL, he was like, "Look, Sharon is the guy next. He's the next guy." And Michigan respects Jim Harbaugh so much. They were like, "You know what? We got you. We're going to promote him to the head coach."
Hmm.
And in a 2-year span, he has ruined that.
He was make he his salary was he had a $5.5 million salary,
Yes.
which is pretty high for a coach.
Yep.
Um, yeah, man, this is just tragic. I mean, you know how hard it is for people of any color to
Mhm.
hold a
Mhm.
prestigious head coaching job at a prestigious college, and
Yeah.
then you just kind of throw it away, over things you can control. Most head coaches that lose their jobs, most times it's really not their fault, because you can't go out there and play for the people, for the kids,
Yeah.
or players. You can't play for them. But this is a situation you could have controlled. Like, you wasn't on the hot seat, you know. Y'all had an okay season. It wasn't, what Michigan would expect, but you wasn't on the hot seat to be fired, you
Right.
know, you just kind of threw your job away.
Yes. And maybe his family along with
and
the job.
and could have been his life.
Could have been his life cuz that was one of the things he apparently threatened to kill himself too and told her
Yeah,
she was going to watch or something. I It was a lot of rhetoric
yeah,
came from this. My advice to people is to make conscious decisions, and if you weigh your risk and you think it's still worth it, then do it, I guess.
yeah,
And I don't know what he thought would come from sleeping with someone who worked for him.
yeah.
At To me, that is not bright.
And
So,
especially, when you are the leader of
uh-huh.
an organization, a company, if you manage or you supervise somebody, that's never
Right.
going to be looked at as an appropriate relationship, because you hold some type of power over them, regardless of whether abuse that power or not. You like, well, if you do this, quid pro quo stuff. If you do this, then I'll do this for you, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
even if you don't do it like that, it's still, you know, you still hold some type of power over them. And that's why, the situation is like you get fired if you're having an inappropriate relationship with a staff. If they're on the same level, then, it might not be looked at like that. But
Right.
that's the same reason that the Boston Celtics fired Ime Udoka, because
Yep.
you know you just can't do that as a leader, because
Yeah.
you could say it's consensual, but if you in the back giving favors and $50,000 bonuses,
It
then
don't look like a
they don't,
favor.
yeah, it don't, it just, yeah, it just breathes all wrong. So,
Yeah.
people, if you in a leadership role or some type of role of leadership, leave your staff alone. Don't
Yes.
leave your staff members alone.
Great advice, Mike.
Yeah,
Leave your staff members alone. And I don't know. To me, this people gonna people.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Like people always say things like, "Hey, you get to a certain point, you don't do stupid stuff." That's when people do the stupidest stuff. Like, because what would he benefited from? Forget the fair is just one thing, but why did it have to be a staffer?
Right. Right.
Like you just throwing fuel on this fire. Like you
Yeah.
took something that was bad and just made it worse, and then you made it even more worse. And they said they were door dashing Plan B pills to his office.
And it was probably under his name too.
I,
You see
I
what
don't
I'm
know how
saying?
true that
You see
is.
what I'm
I'm just
saying?
saying
It was
that is
actually
one
his.
of
It was his personal DoorDash too.
yeah, like that's
Yeah,
one of the rumors that is
but
out
he.
there.
Hey, you know what? And the sad thing is, you know, I the way that this story is unfolding, I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
shocked if that was true.
Yep. Because yeah, it's like
Yeah.
building. The more
Yeah.
people find out, it's like getting worse and
Just
worse and
yeah.
worse. Yeah.
Like
So
yeah.
Sharon Moore is out as the coach in Michigan. Um, I wish him well in his mental state as he processes losing his job, potentially his family, and definitely his reputation for the next few years. He can always
Yeah.
bounce back. This is not the end all, but
Yeah. He'll be coaching
um,
at A&T before he see Division 1 again.
hey, that's all right. We got to start somewhere. I respect that. I
Yeah.
respect that. Speaking of people being on the outs, next up we have Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish college football team. Did you hear what happened with Notre Dame and them feeling snubbed in the college football playoffs?
Yeah. I heard it's they're trying to sit out, but I hear that it's not really going to be working out in their favor if they do sit out of the college, if they do sit out of their bowl game.
Right. So Notre Dame wanted to make the college playoffs, be one of the top 4 teams. They were not selected. But they were selected to play in a bowl game. So that still says, hey, you had a great season and we want to put you in a prime game. Notre Dame said, nah, we're good. As a team, we're not going to participate in a bowl game. Um, the athletic director came out and said they of course supported the decision. It was the players' decision that the whole team decided not to play. But along with that, other athletic directors said, well, how are you going to dictate what your team does when other teams were assigned to play? How are you going to sit out of the bowl game as a whole?
Right.
Not individual players, but the team said, "Oh no, we're not. We're done with our season. We're
Right.
done." So now it's talks that teams are gonna. The athletic director actually made a comment that they spoke with like the playoff committee, and next year things will be different. If they win a certain amount of games, they'll be able to participate in the actual playoffs. And then other athletic directors was like, "Hold on, what the hell is happening? Like, where's this coming from? Who's making side deals? Like, you don't
Right.
get to make side deals." So then other schools are like, well, we won't schedule Notre Dame. If you don't have a good strength of schedule and all that, then you won't participate anyway.
Anyway, right.
Yeah, we'll fix you. So you don't have to worry if you got a side deal or some type of conversation you've had. So what are your thoughts? And pictured for our audio only audience is Marcus Freeman, which is the coach of Notre Dame. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the whole Notre Dame saga?
The issue with Notre Dame is number one, their football program is not in a conference.
Yep.
That is the major issue with the whole, situation. why their football program, I think it's another program that they have. It's not in a conference. Um, but all of their other major sports are in the ACC.
Yep.
Um, I'm not sure why they want to keep their football program independent. Um, I never understood that. But that is the problem. Um, because you don't have a conference championship you can play in. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have, you know, other things you can, you know, go off of, like, strength of schedule, your conference. You don't have any of that. You just have the few teams that you can schedule, that you usually schedule every year, and then you sprinkle in majority ACC schools,
Mm-hmm.
because that's pretty much who you play anyway. Um, I think the college football playoffs are trying to prove to them that
They need a
you need to get in
conference.
a conference. You need to
Mm-hmm.
pick a conference. I think that's what they are trying to say. Yeah, you had a good season, you know, but you need to be in a conference, because, you know, you need to play in a conference championship, or, we got other schools that have won their conference championship, and that's the reason that they're here. And
Right.
then, you know, other schools that have, played well in a conference, and that's why they're here. Um, how I feel about it, I mean, it could go one or two ways. You could look around at all of the seniors that's playing there and see if they want their last game to finish how that season is, or do they want to play in that bowl game?
Mm-hmm.
Because you could be robbing them of a lot of memories, because not all of those seniors are going to play in the NFL or get drafted. Um, some of those bowl games do be special. You get a lot of prizes and gifts and stuff from the bowl games and all of those things. Um, I don't know what not playing in the bowl game is going to prove. I mean, it's not going to make the college football playoff committee be like, oh, we losing money.
Right.
It's it's one game.
Yeah. If anything, it takes away from the actual Notre Dame program. To me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, to them it's one game. They still, it ain't like their marquee games of the college football playoffs,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand why they doing it. I just don't get what they think the outcome is gonna be. Because it's not like if they say, oh, we're not gonna play in this bowl game, and then the college football playoffs be like, oh, hold on, y'all, we made a mistake. We're gonna backtrack and we're gonna put y'all in. Never mind. No, they're not
Right.
gonna do that. So I don't know what they're planning on, what their end goal is, because it's not gonna save this season.
Nope. It's done. Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to accomplish either. I have no clue. I
Yeah.
don't know if they know what they were truly,
Yeah.
because it almost seemed like the intention was punishment, but I
It-
mean,
it's not gonna do nothing
hey,
to the committee though. Like
no,
they made their decision. Like, it is what it is. It
yeah,
ain't
and
like
they
they're
gonna
gonna be
move
in there
on.
and be like, yeah, it ain't they gonna be like, hey, Tulane, y'all get out of here. We're gonna
Right.
put Notre Dame in there, which I
Yeah.
think they should, but that's neither here
Yeah.
nor there. That's another conversation anyway.
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame is continuing to make headlines even when they have bowed out of the college football playoffs. Both games should start next
Next weekend.
weekend. Next
Yeah.
weekend. I guess once we get to the, playoffs, we can discuss who we think will win the college football playoffs. So
Yeah.
there there we go. So Mike, do you know who was voted the time by Times Magazine Athlete of the Year?
No.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
It's a woman.
Is it Asia Wilson?
It is. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. why did you think Asia? We have a picture of Asia in the cover of Times
Oh,
magazine. It says athlete of the year. Why you choose Asia?
because she's the if it's a female, I don't
Woman.
think. Oh, okay. Yeah, a woman.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what the difference is, but okay. Um, if it was I haven't heard too much like news about like any tennis stars.
Mhm.
I haven't heard anything else in any other sports. About any women that's like making like national news or anything like that, like repeatedly. And the Olympics ain't on right now, so
Yeah.
uh, yeah, so she's the only one that's like been making a lot of national news and like repeatedly, like always on the face of a commercial or so yeah, it's fitting. Congrats to Asia.
C-
Shout out to making an athlete of the there it is of the year. Um, over men as well. This is a great stepping stone.
It
Okay,
is.
yeah,
I um I think, and I told you this because if you recall in the summer, I went to the Dallas Wings and Aces game. The Aces won that game, but the Aces weren't having a good season at all. Like
yeah.
they were barely making it. And they got really like whooped a couple times. But I think the fact that, and it's a team game, but I think it was kind of like Asia's leadership. And she was like, hey guys, like, we got to turn it up or we're not going to even make the playoffs. They were literally out of the playoffs at a certain point. And then they just put win after win after win after win together.
Hmm.
And I think this is very deserving. All her flowers. Asia's still young, and coming from being a college athlete to what she has been able to do in the WNBA has been great. And it's been very motivating for what the league can kind of transcend into. And I think she's like one of the catalysts for how the WNBA could truly grow, be marketable, um, and take that next step and
Yeah,
get out of this other era of how the WNBA is viewed. I think she's like that person. So yeah,
yeah.
congrats to Asia for being voted.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. We
Yeah,
also have, I don't know, in fact, you sent me this. Did you look at did you look at who was at the training camp for Team USA for the women's national team?
I did. Was that the list for the? I thought that was the actual roster. Oh, that's just a training camp.
I mean, it's a training camp, we're trying
I
to
I
see
was
what
just
we.
looking for one name, and then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up."
Okay, what was the name
You know
you were
who I
looking
was looking for.
for? Juju.
Yeah.
All right, posted. We have the women's national team training camp roster. It just started. They're actually in North Carolina.
Yeah, darn.
Um, yep. I've seen videos and clips today of them like doing drills. They're running like, a practice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Juju is playing. I didn't see her out there.
Oh, I'm about to say it could be close to. She should be able to run now.
Yeah.
She
I
tore her
didn't
ACL. When was that? March.
Now that I think about it, I didn't see any college kids out there.
Oh,
Maybe they were, and I missed them. But I don't remember any college kids being out there. but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I just seen a
Mm,
couple clips, but the players that are out there are Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts played for UCLA, if memory is correct. I think she's still in school. Lauren Betts might actually still be in school.
Don't
Um,
don't ask me.
yeah, I think she's at UCLA though. I actually
Okay.
like her. She's really good. Aaliyah Boston, Cameron Brink, Paige is out there.
Okay.
Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Caitlin is out
Okay.
there.
Little Clark.
Yep, Kalia Cooper, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Juju, Angel Reese is out
Okay.
there. Kelsey, Brianna Jones, Rakia Jackson's out there. Kiki Irafan, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look her up though.
Okay.
Um, De'Erica Hamby and Brittany Griner. De'Erica Hamby actually just De'Erica Hamby had a grievance. Did you hear about this, Mike?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. It's okay. See, you're getting news. De'Erica Hamby had a grievance with the Las Vegas Aces because she got pregnant. And
Mm-hmm.
she said that when she got pregnant, the team basically said, all right, we're gonna
Should
see you.
should have held off.
Yes, that's what she says.
Should
She filed her grievance because she's like, I got pregnant, and they were like, well, your roster spot is gone, so
she
I don't know
should
what
have
to tell you.
she should have had Sharon Morris in her DoorDash.
Okay, what is wrong with you? What
Hey.
what is? But I think her baby's like a year or something now. But they've been like arguing over this for like 2 years. Um, and she wasn't on anybody's roster last year because this has been up in the air. Her baby might be like a year old or something, but
Mm,
the Aces say they never made those statements and that motherhood is a beautiful thing
right.
and they would never
So she
tell a
just made that
player.
up.
Yes, that they would never tell a player you ruined your career by getting pregnant. They would never do that. That they encourage women to be women, and if they would like to have a baby in the height of their career, to do so.
In the off season.
That's not how pregnancy works. But I mean, if she could say, "Hey, I'm gonna get pregnant in September." I mean, technically, she could say, I'm going to get pregnant in September and I'll have the baby in May before the season begins. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of timing involved. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
De'Erica, I just seen a clip. Shit, it was today that I think they settled or something, or the grievance. I'll have to read more, but that the grievance went away. But it's been going on for like 2 years.
Well, if there was a
So
settlement, then somebody said something.
if I were a betting person, and I am, I would say that somebody said something, but
Hmm.
because that's what people do.
Yeah.
It's just like Sharon. It's just dumb. Like, and they
Yeah.
could have casually said it, but it was probably said. It was
Yeah.
probably said. Um, is there anything else for this episode?
No, man. That's it, man. I'm interested to know this women's national team. Is this for the Olympics in the next 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, that don't look like a bad roster. Does Asia Wilson not want to be in the Olympics? She
probably
said she
not.
too. She done. She good.
It's like,
That's what's up. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
That's what's up. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm
I don't,
good.
I don't blame her. She got other stuff she trying to do. She probably
Yeah.
like,
She trying to get
man,
pregnant.
she probably is. I wouldn't
Yeah.
fault her. She
How old
got
is she?
28.
Oh, she's still young.
Yeah. But I wouldn't fault her. I mean, you got three WN. I mean, but you could get more. You got three
Yeah,
rings, but you could get more. But that doesn't mean that she can't get more. And that's one of the things I think I hate about. And it's the same thing they said about Serena. Like, you're never coming back, you know. But you could do both, technically.
yeah. Candace Parker
I
did.
mean, yeah, you could do both.
Yeah.
You can keep your career and have your family. It's harder to do so, but so at one point, I'm this is a segue or a little me going off on a tangent. At one point, I wanted to be an athletic trainer, and I had a professor, and the professor was like, most women who are athletic trainers quit by like age 30. And she's like, do you know why? So the class is like, I don't know, they don't want to do it, burnout, blah, blah, blah. And it's because they want to start a family.
Mm-hmm.
And women are expected to be the caretakers. So they feel like, and being an athletic trainer, especially if you're working for a college team or a professional team, it's very time consuming, and it's not a 9 to 5, and it could be
Right.
very long nights and days, and your schedule is going to be
All
hectic.
over the place. Yeah.
Yes. So they feel like they can't do both. They can't be an athletic trainer and be a mother, because they might have to be like, and it would even just not even being the primary provider in that way, but just being present, it would be more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein a man could do it because he wouldn't be necessarily deemed as the primary caregiver. So
Yeah.
just a little nugget. It's
Is that
statistically, look it up.
that's why
It's real.
Cam Newton can have 10 kids?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. And Serena tried to have one, and they told her, hey, that's, I don't know why you doing that. Or Naomi tried to have her baby. They're like, you stupid. Why would you
Yeah. Now you gonna
why
throw it
would you
away for
do
that?
that?
You gonna throw it
Yes.
away for your legacy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Cam Newton can have 10 children.
Make sure couchers to like, follow, subscribe once again, and hit that notification bell. And as always, peace.